Hello everyone, in this video we will learn how to customize our user interface in Zbrush in order to get the best performance possible. For example, with this interface that I will show you how to make, it will be very easy, it's super easy and you don't have to be afraid to do it. You will probably perform like 3 times faster, maybe more. But let's get into it. So first thing we want to do, I want to have a bigger working area, because my working area ends here and here, which is not exactly good. So I go to the document and go like 1500 maybe, resize, okay, and I have bigger area already, which is cool. Now we cannot work on the model because it's behaving strangely, but if we press Ctrl N, we will renew our window, and then drag once, and then press T, which will activate Edit Object Mode, or just press this button here, and now we can work. So, in order to preserve this screen here, I will get it out of the way. Document, save as startup doc. If you save as startup doc this thing, every time you start ZBrush, you will have this thing as a 2D until you load your next model, which maybe not this model. So it's a little bit strange to have this. Probably you need to save just empty document. Save, it's cool. So now it's saved, and every time we start ZBrush, it will start with this window, which is cool. Next thing we want to do is go to Preferences and press this button to dock it here. So Preferences, we will use Config. In Preferences, go to Config and Enable Customize. When we press this button, Enable Customize, we can rearrange all the things in the user interface here as we want. This is achieved by pressing Ctrl Alt and then just click and drag, and keep pressing Ctrl Alt. Don't unpress it, you know. Okay, so what we want to do is just drag this Enable Customize here, and Store Config also will need here. So it will be easy for us, just don't overlap it, it will be easy for us to enable customize, then to disable customize and stuff like that. So next thing we want to do is go to Interface and go to UI. And for me, these buttons are very big. I mean, they're not very big, but I want them smaller because I want more space. So what I do is drag this slider down, as 38 is the lowest setting, and it will get an effect when we restart ZBrush. For now, it's alright. Next thing I want to do is dock this brush window here, and you notice that the buttons are wide buttons. We don't want that, you know. With not wide buttons, you fit more buttons in one space, which is cooler in my opinion. So we will stick into this. And palettes, one open sub palette, I also want to disable this, because I want to open, for example, few sub palettes at once. With one open sub palette as its default setting, let's close them, and we'll be able to open just one, and the other will close automatically, which I don't want. So I want a little bit more control in my side. So the next thing we want to do, very important thing, is to put those buttons here, those brushes, or some of them, we'll see which ones. But standard brush, down standard brush, inflate, pinch, most of the things that are here. For you, maybe you have just 3 brushes or 4 brushes here, but I will show you how you can make brushes appear here in this area, because only from this area we can drag brushes and put them here. Not from here, you cannot drag them. It's impossible. So just from here. So what we want to do first is restart ZBrush in order to have this button size to take effect? Yes. So let's restart ZBrush and get back to it. First you want to store config, of course, because every time you do something in the interface, you have to store config in order to save it in ZBrush. So yeah, let's restart. So ZBrush has been restarted, and now we have fewer brushes here, which is cool because I will show you how to put brushes there, which is amazing. And those buttons, now you notice that they are smaller, and which is again cool. So first, enable customize, of course, and then we want to put here standard brush, we want to put clay tubes, pinch, and I will show you what brushes. So first, in order to appear here the brush, you have to select it. So we go to standard into brush, or press B in the keyboard, press B. And then, for example, for standard brush, we want to go to S and find standard brush here. It's alphabetic, so standard brush. Yeah, we are on the standard brush and it's here. So next thing, we want to have B, which is for brush, clay tubes, C, maybe T, yes, clay tubes. So it appears here. So B, P, which is pinch, and then go to pinch, and it appears here. So B, M, which is move, and V, and it appears here, move brush. Then B, T, trim dynamic, select it. Then B, I, which is for inflate, go, select it. Then B, D, which is for down standard brush. Down standard brush, very important. So, and next brush we will put is B, Z, Z-remesher brush, Z-modeler I mean, Z-modeler. And let's see, oh, we don't have, okay. Ah, we have orb cracks, very, very good. Okay, so now we have those brushes here, and we'll just arrange them, Control Alt, click, and start. Standard brush, first one, second one pinch, no, second one clay tubes. Yeah, that's just my preference. Clay tubes, pinch, move. It will be 4. Okay, now I have the shortcuts, but I will show you how to make them. Trim dynamic is 5, inflate is 6, damp standard is 7, Z-modeler is 8, orb crack is here, a little bit different, and then we will add one more, BM, move topology, very, very important brush also, and we're done with the brushes. So brushes are here. Store config, so you can save this, because if you don't store config and you close the brush and open it again, probably those brushes won't be here, which is a little bit sad, because we spent like a minute and a half to put them there. Yeah, I've been ironic. It's very easy to adjust your interface in ZBrush. For example, I know that Lightbox, this thing, is shown by pressing the comma key, so I don't want this here. I know that the home page, which is, yeah, this one, I don't need, so I will get rid of it. Live boolean, I'll put here, edit, draw, I don't need them also. Move, scale, rotate, I don't need, because we have now Gizmo 3D, which is cool. And move, scale, rotate are W, E, R keys, so I don't need this. This is the Sculptris Pro mode, which is needed, I need it. Okay, and of course this is, remember, draw size per brush, I don't need this. This I need, and I will move those to the side so I can have space to do something else, and we'll see what I will do later in the video, but I will first arrange those a little bit. Other very important thing, but most things I will show you are important because they are used on the daily basis. So focus, shift, draw size, okay, I'll put them here. Okay, brushes, we are done with them for now, so we get rid of them. We go to color, fill object, and Control Alt, drag it here. Very important, this one. And the basic things that we want to put are basically these ones. So yeah, I will just move those a little bit more on the side. Active point stuff. Okay, so what else? We want to make sure that we have shortcuts for these brushes, because that's what will make our workflow much faster, the shortcuts especially. So we disable customize, because shortcuts we put without this customize button to be enabled. And how we do that? We go to the brush, Control Alt, click on the brush, and you can see on the top left side, press any key combination to assign custom hotkey, or press escape to cancel. So we can delete the previous shortcut, and now it doesn't have. This have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but this is not by default. I made those. So this doesn't have now. This, delete. This, delete. So they don't have shortcuts anymore, those 3. How do we make shortcut? Just Control Alt click, and then keep your mouse here in this area and press 1, for example, because we want standard brush to be 1. Then Control Alt click 2. It's that easy. Control Alt click 3. And now we have shortcuts for those brushes. Super easy. Very fast. No problem at all. You're just working and suddenly you want shortcut for something, just Control Alt click and then press the button, or button combination. You can press, for example, let's go to Tool, Save As. I want to be Control S. It's Control S, but I will click, delete, and now it's not Control S. I will Control Alt click, then Control S, and now it's Control S. Very easy. So this way we can make shortcuts for a lot of stuff, but these are the most important things to change the brushes, like with the keyboard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm changing my brushes. You can see that dynamic, it's better to be turned off if we can, but that's not important for now. Next thing we want to do is go to Z plugin and go to Transpose Master, no, Subtool Master. There are a lot of masters here. So enable customize, go to Z plugin, Subtool Master, and I want just mirror, put it here. Because from Transpose Master, I couldn't be able to, yeah. So from Transpose Master, I only use mirror, nothing else. So it's a good idea to have it here. So material, I will dock it here. And from there, I want to choose some materials, for example, and put them here in this area. So basic material is good. Skin shader is nice. But also, we want toy plastic. Also, we want metal 01. So toy plastic, metal 01. And basically we are okay with this. We can make one more brush here, which will be alpha brush. But how to make it? Alpha brush will be the standard brush, but we save it as alpha brush in order to have it right on with the RGB mode on and Z out off, you know. But we can use standard brush for this, so it's not exactly a big issue. If we click here, we can for example turn on RGB for standard brush and save as alpha, alpha, and save. And now we have alpha brush here, and of course we will have standard brush also, which is not here. Standard brush is gone, which is very sad, but of course we can take it back. We have to clone it first, so yeah. So clone first, then save as, standard, and save. And when you restart Zbrush, everything will be in place. So don't worry, standard brush is back on. And do we have alpha brush? alpha. Yes, we have it. We can select it, and then from brushes we can get it out, alpha, and put it here, for example. Okay, so, but this is not exactly necessary. Next thing we want to do is put some more buttons around this area, very important buttons. So I will go out, take geometry tab here, and from geometry we can go to modify topology and get mirror and weld here. Very important thing, very useful to have it here, probably around this area. Okay, up here. Okay, mirror and weld, super important. Also, what we want is from transform tab, let's put it here, to have, let's store config for now. From transform tab we want this symmetry things here, but activate symmetry we don't want because we know that it's with X. X from the keyboard is activating symmetry. We need only symmetry by X, symmetry by Y, by Z, then mirror, which is always on, radial symmetry, very important, with radial count. That's what we need. And probably we could put weld points and weld dist from geometry modify topology there. Okay, so now we have this, and it's pretty good. Fill object is very important, so don't forget it. Pretty good user interface now. And in the next video I will show you how to make your own pop-up window with the most useful things like Dynamesh, ZRemesher, Del Hidden and other stuff. So stay tuned for that, and see you next time. Yeah.